everyone, welcome to a new video. I hope you're all doing really well. It is, I don't even know what day of the week it is. It's Tuesday, 10 to 10. This morning I've been to my Pilates class, so I'm feeling amazing. As always, after having my class, I just love them so much. You're probably sick of hearing me talk about them, but just my favourite days of the week ever. And then I came straight home. I've given Lola a nice long walk, and I'm just about to make myself some breakfast, but I thought I'd start a new vlog. I'm really getting into my swing of making YouTube vlogs, and I hope you're enjoying watching them. So welcome to a brand new one. I'm looking a bit wild because I've got my hair in this massive headband. It's the only thing that will like keep my hair out of my face when I do Pilates, so we're looking a bit crazy. It's from ASOS. I ordered loads of different Alice bands because I'm really into my Alice bands at the moment since having my fringe. It just keeps it out of my face when I want it to be out of my face, like when I'm exercising and stuff like that, and they're really stretchy and comfortable to wear. So yeah, first things first this morning is making myself some breakfast. I thought I'd show you what I'm making because I love this. I think I've shown it on here before, but it's one of my go-to breakfasts when I'm trying to get a bit of protein in. So yeah, let's get into making some breakfast because I'm absolutely starving. So these are the ingredients that I use to make my little breakfast that I'm gonna have this morning. It's basically a French toast. It's so quick and easy, and it's so nice, and it's a really good way of like just getting a little bit of protein in the morning, because I really struggle with getting protein in my breakfast because I just want to be honest, I just want to have buttery toast. That is what I fancy every single morning, but this way I'm just getting a little bit more nutrients in there, especially when I've been exercising. So I use the Free Soul salted caramel protein for this breakfast. I always go on about this brand, but it's amazing. If you're looking to get more protein in your diet, I'd definitely have a look at Free Soul, especially if you're a woman. They're made for women and they help balance our hormones and all that kind of stuff. And then I use 2 eggs, but recently I've been just using the egg whites because I was using 1 egg, but Sam basically explained to me there's not much protein in 1 egg, so he was like, you should just have the egg whites of 2 eggs and then it'll make it more protein. So I just separate the yolks from that and just use 2 egg whites. I use cinnamon, but I know not everyone loves cinnamon, Sam absolutely hates it. And a little squirt of honey, and I'll show you how I assemble it now. Okay, so I've just separated my egg yolks from the egg whites, so I've got 2 egg whites in here. I'll just save these yolks to one side, and I'll probably like cook them for Lola for her lunch so they don't go to waste. And then I like to just get a plate. Let's put the bread to one side. Plate, because it's easier to assemble it, you'll see. Pop the egg white on. A squirt of cinnamon. This is just to sweeten it. If you're not bothered about it being really sweet, then you don't really need this. But I've got the egg. I don't eat eggs like on their own. This is the only way that I'll eat them, and like in pancakes and cakes and stuff like that. So I just try to disguise the egginess of it. And then I like to put loads of cinnamon on there. I'll just mix it up so all the cinnamon mixes into the plate. Not into the plate, into the egg. Very good. Whisk, and then all you do is get your bit of bread and soak it in there basically. I like to let it soak for a couple of minutes while I'm heating up the oil in the pan so that all of the mixture soaks into the bread, if that makes sense, so it's like a sponge. So I just like to make sure it's all mixed in together. I'll just drop the, oh, I forgot my protein. I'm getting carried away. Protein also goes into that mixture. I just use 1 tablespoon of this. Again, it just sweetens it and gives it a bit of flavour. It makes it like cake batter. Oh, what a fail. I was getting carried away in coffee. Again, just mixing all around so it's all combined. I'm making an absolute mess of this. Oh my god, that protein smells incredible. That salted caramel flavour. I'm not gonna lie, I don't dislike it, but I never choose to drink that salted caramel flavour. But for things like pancakes and recipes like this, that's like my favourite to use. Right, so I've got the mixture there. Slap the bread on there, push it in so it soaks it all in. Spread some on the other side. And then, as I said, I'll just leave that for 2 minutes to let it all absorb in like a sponge. And then, all I do, in our frying pan, I will just heat up. Sorry, this is the most manic little tutorial ever. Where's our coconut oil? There it is. I like to use coconut oil for this, so it just adds a nice flavour again, but obviously just use whatever oil you want. Put the hob on, and I'll just use like a teaspoon of coconut oil in the pan, and it makes it nice and crispy as well when you fry it off. So I'm doing that now, and I'll show you when it's all done. Okay, so it's stuck to the frying pan because our frying pan's just, it's one of those griddles, but everything's just sticking to it at the moment. So the presentation is like a strong 4 out of 10, but I just top it with some Greek yogurt. This one from Tesco's is the best Greek yogurt you will ever get. It's the only proper Greek yogurt and not Greek style yogurt, so it's really nice and thick and creamy. And then loads of cinnamon and just a drizzle of honey, and it is just so good. Just finished my breakfast, strong 10 out of 10. I wanted to just show you something. I'm working with this brand, so this was gifted. I'm working with them on their social media, on their social media. Where can I put you? Let's put you there in the cupboard. Sorry, I feel like this has been the most chaotic start to a vlog ever, but I really wanted to show you this in case you've got dogs and they're maybe a bit older, or you're just concerned about their posture and their joints and their health, because this is the most incredible little thing that you can get them. I didn't even know they existed. I'm actually going to get one for my dad, and well, I'm going to get 2 for my dad because he's got 2 French bulldogs, and their posture and their eating is just one big mess, to be totally honest with you. But it's called the Easy Eat. This is their logo. You can see it there, Easy Eat, one word. And they're like a raised feeder for your dog. There's also like inserts. So this isn't a paid ad, by the way. As I said, I'm working separately with them on their social media, so this isn't an ad. They've not paid me to do this, but I just wanted to share this in case anyone's got a dog, because it's such a good thing to introduce into their routine, especially if they're getting older. But even if they struggle with, like, it's meant to help with like sickness, digestion issues, if they lick the bowl and push the bowl around the whole floor. It's just meant to be a really good thing for them. And they've also got this, which is a slow feeder insert. So these are like silicone. You can just whack them out, put them straight into the dishwasher and clean them, and then obviously put them back in. So they're so quick and easy to clean as well. They've personalised it for Lola. How cute is that? And I just think this is just such a good idea. It's also got like silicone bits on the feet, so it doesn't slip around when they're eating from it, but it's meant to help. Obviously, instead of them bending down and their spine being like that trying to eat from their bowl, they're like straight eating from it like that. So yeah, I just thought I'd share that for anyone who's got a dog and wants to obviously give them better posture and stuff when they're eating. It's meant to help with, as I said, their digestion, their posture, joints, that kind of thing. And it also saves a lot of mess for you if they're like bowl lickers and they push everything around and get food everywhere. I just think that's a really good idea. So yeah, the Easy Eat, that's called. But I'm just going to jump in the shower now, get freshened up, obviously after my Pilates. I have had my pill. Yesterday was my pill. If you've watched that vlog, you would have come with me to that appointment. So my skin is starting to sort of crust, and that sounds disgusting, but it is starting to like dry and peel off, so I can feel, it feels quite tight today. So I'm just going to splash my face with some water and put like a gentle moisturiser on. I can't use any of my like typical skincare products yet. But yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to shower, freshen up, and then we're just going to get on with work for the rest of the day. Are you being all cute? Are you being cute? Oh, what are you doing? I'm just about to give her her scrambled eggs for lunch. As soon as I say the D word, she'll go mental and she'll jump off of those. Are you being the cutest girl ever? Yeah, you are. You're so pretty. Yeah. Little grey bit. Little baby. Lola, do you want your dinner? Oh, careful. Do you want your dinner? Come on then. This girlie loves her dinner like you would not believe. Do you want your dinner? Oh, actually, I washed the inserts to her little easy. Let's use this. I just gave these a wash in the dishwasher because their dishwasher saved these inserts because it had been in the post, so I wanted it to be fresh. Do you want your eggies? Mummy made you some eggs. I just scrambled those egg yolks from my breakfast. Just mush those up a little bit for her. What have I got for you, best girl? What have I got? Do you want your dinner? Come on then. I'll show you how she eats out of this. It's so cute. Look, there you go. She's just taking the pieces off and eating it down there. I think it's because it's egg, it's like a different texture to her normal dinner, which she's used to, so I'm not sure whether she's gonna... Oh, good girl. Hi guys, it is the next morning. What time is it? We're on 10 to 9, up quite early this morning. I'm not up quite early, I'm up the usual time that I'm up, but I'm up out to the shops because it is Sam and mine's little nephew's first birthday. It was actually yesterday. He lives all the way down in Somerset, so we didn't get to see him, but me and Sam are just awful with family birthdays, like especially the kids. We've got four nieces and nephews now, and we're like those forgetful auntie and uncles, and it's not ideal. So I've rushed out this morning because Sam's mum and dad head down there tonight, I think it is, or early tomorrow, so we're just going to get a last minute present for his first birthday. And Sam was like, oh, we'll just Amazon Prime something to their house, like it's fine, don't worry. And I was like, no, like I want to wrap it nicely and like get him a card and that because it's his first birthday. And Sam just took the mick out of me and was like, oh yeah, he'll really remember this one, like he is the least sentimental person ever. But yeah, I've just pulled up to like a retail park. We've got the Range, B&M, Home Bargains, and then opposite is, I don't know if you can see it there, Mamas and Papas, because I feel like they do really like nice aesthetic baby stuff. I'm not gonna lie, me and Sam have like gone in there and just oohed and ahed at all the cute little baby stuff. Like when we've had to get like baby shower presents or stuff like that, we thoroughly enjoy a trip to Mamas and Papas, doing it all the cute little baby stuff, and they do gorgeous bits in there. So I'm hoping that I can find something in there for him or in one of the 3 shops that are around. But I've just googled and it doesn't open until 10, so we've got like an hour to kill. So I'm thinking we go into B&M, Home Bargains. There's worse places to be stranded for an hour. I also need to get, actually, me and Sam were talking last night, we want to print out, this sounds so old fashioned and like something that my mum and dad would do, but we want to print out all of our like not necessarily even like boarding passes, but just everything to get organised for America, because we're travelling so much internally. This is like the biggest trip that either of us have done. Like my friends have travelled around like Asia, Bali, like I feel like it just is like second nature to them, but me and Sam are both quite like stress heads with things like that. So what we want to do is get like a folder that we can print everything out in, like in an order, so we know like how we're getting from there to there, what time, you know, like the flight numbers, things like that, so we can just look at it throughout our trip and feel organised. So I'm going to try and find a folder in B&M that we can like keep all of that in. And I also saw that B&M have brought out like really nice water bottles, so maybe we can see if we can find them and just have a mooch for an hour basically. And then I've got Pilates at 11:20, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to go back home, so I might have to go straight to Pilates. So I might try and get some breakfast while we're here as well, because again, sorry, I'm like word vomiting at you. I've just had my morning coffee. I feel like when I have my morning coffee I'm like drunk and I just can't stop talking. But I went to my Pilates class Tuesday a couple of days ago, and I'd had a coffee. I don't usually do this. I'd had a coffee, but I'd not eaten anything. And in Reformer Pilates, if you don't know, like you put your feet in straps for some of the movements, so your feet are like in front of you in these like, they're like straps basically, and we were like moving our feet up and down, and my feet were like uncontrollably shaking. Like I can't tell you how much they were shaking, and it was really freaking me out because like the instructor was like, do you want me to take your springs down? Like, is it too intense for you? And I was like, no, like it doesn't feel too hard, because the springs are like the resistance of like how strong. it's like weight at a gym. That's how I look at it. It's like how much weight you're lifting, but it's like resistance from the springs. And I was like, it doesn't feel hard. Like, this is what I'd usually have the springs on. Like, I'm not struggling in that sense, but my feet were just shaking. She was like, have you had breakfast? I was like, no. And I've had a coffee. And she's like, well, it'll be your blood sugar then. So I'm going to try not to go to my Pilates class without eating any breakfast again, because I don't think that was a smart move. It's just started pouring down with rain, so let's stop procrastinating. I'm going to go into B&M first, I think, and then maybe we can have a look around Home Bargains. These are the water bottles that I was talking about. They look exactly like the one that I got from TikTok shop, to be fair. They're probably from like the same place, but they've got some really pretty colours. I love this lilac colour. It would just be perfect for the spring, but I'm going to resist because it is literally exactly the same as the one that I've got at home. I feel like they're doing really well with like the monochrome bits at the moment. Look how pretty this hand looks. I feel like that just doesn't look like B&M. And they've got so many nice new vases. I absolutely love that one. And look at all of these monochrome bits. I feel like this looks like something from Zara Home. I love the texture on that one. They've also got this, which I think is so pretty. I love speckled glass like this. We've got a big vase that's like black and white speckles on our TV unit, and I just love it. Sam is gonna absolutely kill me because I just have an obsession with glasses and mugs, but this is the perfect iced coffee glass. I love these ones that are just like straight, if that makes sense, with the corners. I've got some smaller ones at home, but they're just a little bit too small to get all my ice in there. And these are £2. They are new as well, so I'm going to grab a couple of those and hide them at the back of the cupboard so we can't see. They are the cutest little Easter baskets, honestly. I cannot wait to have kids to do cute little things like that. How pretty is that? You hear the rain outside? It's literally hammering down. I'm so cold. I just sat in Greg's for half an hour and had an orange juice and a bacon roll, which was quite nice. I've not had a Greg's in forever. Just trying to kill some time because it's so rainy. I've been like driving from shop to shop, so I went to B&M and then I just popped into Home Bargains. There wasn't really anything in Home Bargains, to be honest. And now I'm just waiting outside for Mama's and Papa's to open. We've got 4 minutes. And then I'm gonna head in there. But yeah, I feel like 10's quite late for a shop to open. I don't know, maybe it's just not busy in there, but I'm so cold. I think I'm gonna go straight to Pilates after this as well, depending on how long I am mooching around in Mum's and Papa's. Walked through the door, look at it outside. I knew it was colder than normal. It's literally chucking it down with snow. It has been for about an hour now. So the rain turned into snow, but I'll show you what I picked up on my little shopping morning. I'm pretty sure I told you in B&M that I was going to get these. The perfect iced coffee glass. I'm going to hide them from Sam though. Because these cupboards are like bursting at the seams with glasses and mugs. But if you're the same, then you'll get me. Like, drinks taste different out of different glasses. And look, I actually sound like a mad woman. I've just pulled that one from the dishwasher, so it is dirty, but this one's just too small. But it's like the same size. So, oh, nearly smashed it. So I got 2 of them. I'm pretty sure they sell glasses exactly the same as this on Zara Home. And I'm pretty sure they'll be more than £2. So I just got 2 of those. And then from Mama's and Papa's, I've just given Lola her little dentist stick. From Mama's and Papa's, this is what we got. Our little nephew. How gorgeous is that? It's like a little wooden pool train. They had so many different things in it. I didn't know if Mama's and Papa's was going to be too like babyish. I always think Mama's and Papa's is like for newborns, but they had like loads of really, I feel like they're really aesthetic toys for toddlers. Not that that's important when they're toddler toys, but I feel like his mum and dad will appreciate that as well. And then I just got him a nice colourful wrapping paper, so I'm going to quickly wrap back now before I head to Pilates, because I got back a lot sooner than I thought. As soon as I walked in, all the things that we'd been looking at online were right there, so I just grabbed that and left. And yeah, it's so cold today, it's so snowy. So I'm going to take my umbrella out when I go to Pilates. But yeah, I'm just going to get this wrapped now and write his card and everything, and then I'll be heading out. What's that nice? Guys, it's now the next morning. I've just got back from a walk with Lola. It's so foggy this morning, it feels so wintry. But I've got a day of filming today, so I thought we could sit and do a little bit of makeup together. Honestly, I never wear makeup, as you can probably tell from my videos. I don't like wearing makeup, I don't like the feeling of it on my skin. I think I just got out of the habit of it from having acne. I feel like it just made it a lot worse, and obviously I'm really privileged that I get to work from home, so I don't need to put makeup on every day, so I kind of got out the swing of it. But when I have filming to do for clients, I obviously like to make myself look a bit presentable, so I thought we could go through some of my favourite products and do a bit of makeup. I know I've recently done one of these anyway, so it's going to be pretty similar to that if you've already seen it, but I love watching people do their makeup. I feel like that's where I get my enjoyment out of makeup. But yeah, it's just really simple what I do. It's just a little bit of coverage, nice glowy natural makeup. So I've actually got the fringe down today. Usually when I'm doing makeup I'll like scrape it out of my face. My skin has just stopped majorly peeling. There's some peeling in some places, which is going to make it a little bit difficult, but that's okay. I'm really pleased with my skin after my peel. I feel like it's taken the edge away from those red marks that were left behind from that period breakout that I had. But anyway, the first product I use is this. It's the Iconic Super Smooth. I still feel like I'm half asleep this morning, sorry. But this is really nice if you don't like a heavy cakey foundation. I don't like the feeling of foundation on my skin, and I feel like it never actually looks that good anyway in like real life. So I like to use something a lot lighter and then build up coverage from a concealer on the areas that I need it, rather than doing it all over my face, if that makes sense. So this is perfect for that. There's the details of it. I don't know what colour this is. Ah, neutral light. That's neutral light, and then I like to just mix in a little bit of this one to make like the perfect colour. But it is literally like a second skin, so I just use a tiny bit of this, just really to give my concealer a bit of a base. So I just mix these up on my hand. And I've been using this. I found this old brush that I've literally had for years. It's the Hollywood Complexion Charlotte Tilbury brush. And I just like to use this to like evenly distribute it, so I'll just dot it all over my face like that. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. Before going in with my sponge, I just feel like it just makes sure that it's all even all over your face, so it's just even coverage. You can tell I'm not really into my makeup, I don't really know all the terms. But yeah, I just don't like wearing, I'll just do what I can to wear as little as possible on a day like this, because it'll just be coming off in a couple of hours anyway. So yeah, just stipple that over my face. I know there's so many better brushes nowadays, but I just always use my real techniques. Did I just say brush? I meant sponge. To push it in. Just had to towel dry Lola because she was being so funny on the walk this morning. Like, usually she's running up in front of me, like she loves her walks, but she just kept stopping and like looking at me, and I had to be like, come on. But then when she got going, she was enjoying it, but it was so wet outside because of the fog. And when I walk her, if there's any like hedges or like plants, she always has to like rub herself against them as she walks past. It's like this weird little quirk that she's got. I noticed that she does it in our garden as well. It's like she likes the hedges and the branches to like tickle her as she walks past, and it's so cute. But she's got absolutely soaking from doing that this morning, so I just had to towel dry her. So she's now snoozing, she's had a dentist stick, she's happy, she's loving life, so I can now get on with my work. I feel like I've had a taster of what it's like to have kids and be a working mum, working from home mum. Not that having a dog is comparable to having a child, I don't think, but yeah, trying to like, she's such a needy dog as well. Like, if I don't stroke, if we're sat on the sofa together and I'm not stroking her, she's pawing me constantly. Like, she's like, why are you not giving me attention? She thinks I'm like a stay-at-home dog mum, bless her. Look at my skin on my neck, can you see it? I noticed a clip, I think it was in this vlog actually, I was chatting away in the car when I was editing the footage, and I've just got like a massive like flake of skin hanging off my neck. So if like you're watching that and you haven't seen me go for my skin peel, you're probably thinking like, what is happening to your face right now? But anyway, this is the concealer I use. I like to put it in these places here on my under eye. I blend this bit up so it gives you like a snatched facelift basically, but it's the Lasting Perfections Hydrating Concealer, and I've used this concealer since I was like 14, I'm not gonna lie. It's the first concealer I used, and it's the only concealer I've ever used. They've brought out like these new versions, so there's a hydrating one, and there's also, is it this one? Yeah, like a blemish one that's meant to like colour correct any blemishes that you have. So sometimes if my breakouts are quite bad, I'll dab some of that onto my spots, and it's just like a little bit thicker, so it gives you that little bit more coverage when you need it. But I just love this concealer, you can't complain. It's literally like £3 or £4 I think, and I've just never felt the need to try a different one because it works so well. I feel like as I'm getting older though, I need to sort of upgrade my makeup bag. I don't know, I still feel like I'm using like my teenage products. I'm being 26 now, I feel like I need to start investing in better makeup, because I invest in my skincare, my hair care, and you're putting makeup on your face, aren't you? So I'm always a bit like, should I be using better makeup products? If you've got any suggestions of like good quality concealers and like this sort of, actually Iconic London, actually this is okay, but I started using a few like Charlotte Tilbury products and stuff like that because that's what I see everyone using. But yeah, let me know your favourites in the comments below. I don't think there's anything wrong with you using like drugstore makeup, but as I say, these are the products that I've used since I was literally like 13 years old. So I feel like I need to start being a bit more womanly. But yeah, I just blend all that out. I don't think my makeup's going to look great today, to be honest, because my skin is still flaking off in places. But I'm just going to do the best I can. Maybe stand a bit further away from my phone when I'm filming. Then the next step that I do, I never used to bother with a blush, but ever since I've started using one, I think it's like my favourite step in my makeup routine, and I like to use a liquid blush. So I mix these two together again to make like my own shade that I like on my skin. This bottle has definitely seen better days, look at the state of it. But it's the Max Factor Miracle Pure Infused Cream Blush, and it's in the shade Sunlit Coral. But this is like a really, you'll see like a real strong pink, a real corally pink, which is a bit intense. So I like to mix it with this really pale shade from Iconic London. This is a really pretty blush. It's the sheer blush, and it's in the shade Rose Riot. But again, I feel like Iconic London products are really sort of like natural, second skin, dewy, glowy, not heavy. I feel like you can really blend it in so you can barely feel it when it's on, which is the type of products that I really like, to be honest. I just like to dab this on with my finger first off, to just blend it. I feel like the warmth of your finger helps to blend products in like this. And you just want it to look as like natural and seamless as possible. It just gives like a real nice flush of colour on your cheeks. This is really nice as well, like on holiday when you've got a bit of a tan, just adds to that. And then sometimes I just like to put it on my eyelid as well, make me look a bit sun-kissed in the middle of January on a foggy day. And then once it's like the majority of it's blended in with my finger, I'll just go over with my sponge to just finish it off and make it look a bit more airbrushed. I feel like I'm losing my voice today. And then I just like to top it up a little bit with my finger, because I feel like sometimes the sponge takes the colour away. So I'll just top it up like that, a little bit on my nose. And then another step I didn't used to bother with, but I have really oily skin. So this has really helped my makeup stay on and not go so shiny and greasy. I just picked this up in like Boots or Superdrug, again, a drugstore fave. It's the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I've seen a lot of people use this, to be fair though, so I think it is one of those products that a lot of people love. I just rub my sponge in it and I just use it to set my under eye and take it up like that, because I get really oily in my T-zone as well, so as I'm doing my under eye I'll like push it into the bridge of my nose as well. And I'm just going to set my chin as well. So I'll just do like my T-zone, my chin, this bit. This is a real professional makeup demo, isn't it? Okay, so that's like my base done. And then I like to bronze up my face with a bit of powdered bronze. I keep seeing everyone using liquid bronze. I might actually try that out. I want to treat myself to some bits for America, like makeup-y bits. So I think I'm going to do like a Look Fantastic order. So definitely let me know if you've got any recommendations, and I will have a look at them, because I'm so useless when it comes to this sort of thing. Skincare, hair care is like my thing. That's my favourite. Makeup would be last on that list, but I am sort of trying to, I don't know. I want to do my makeup and like make a bit of effort in America, so definitely let me know your favourite products. But I just use this Rimmel Radiance Brick to just give my face a bit of a colour. It's going to not blend with my neck today because my tan's come off from where I got my peel. The products that they were using were quite strong, so I think it's just stripped my fake tan off. So usually I would have tan on and it would look a bit more blended. What I do with like my bronzer and that, I just gradually build it up, and I don't bronze my whole face. I'll do like it's like a 3 shape, so it's like a choo, choo. So you do the temples, so I do the temples around my forehead and then around like my contour area, and I feel like that just gives you like a nice chisel. And I try not to sweep it, I dab like that. Goes less muddy then, I find. And then brows, I always struggle with my brows because my brows are so unsymmetrical, it's actually a joke. I know they're not meant to be like perfectly symmetrical, and the saying is, what is it? The sisters are not twins, but mine aren't even sisters. They're like a distant relative. So I really have to like concentrate when I'm doing my brows. But the products I use, this I actually love. It's the NYX Lift and Snatch, and I love this because you can make it look so natural. Like you can literally draw on hairs and it doesn't look like you filled them in. It just looks like that's your natural brow and they're the hairs that have grown there, rather than, because I used to fill my brows in with like a powder or a pomade, but I felt like that was just like colouring them in and it was just like a block brow, whereas this, you're literally just drawing hairs on. So what I do, I feel like I've actually got my brow routine on lock. Like I actually feel like I can do my brows when I put my mind to it. If you notice, one is so much higher than the other. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's definitely this one, and one of them's got an arch and one of them hasn't. So what I do before I go in with any products is I just take a spoolie and I'll like position the hairs. So the one that's lower, I'll brush the hairs up, and then the one that's higher, I'll like try and bring the hairs down as low as they'll go without looking odd, to try and like level them out a bit. And you can just see, obviously you can't change the level of them, but it just makes it look a little bit more level, do you know what I mean? Before you go in with products, it just makes it that little bit easier to sort of try and disguise. And then I go in with my Lift and Snatch, and I just like really take my time to like level it out. So I'll like bring it across like that so that I know where to draw a mark. Sometimes I'll do like a little dot so that I can just mark it off, and then I'm going to try and do this so that you can see me doing it, but I need to concentrate. You can probably hear me like mouth breathing right now. But look, can you see the hairs that I've just drawn on? And it looks so natural. Look how fine the nib is. You can really create those brows. I'm going to go and do this and then I'll show you when I'm back, because I can't film and try and do this at the same time. It's just going to end in disaster. Okay, they're drawn on. They didn't go as well as I planned. I feel like I was bigging that up a lot more than what I delivered. But then when I've drawn on my little strokes, I'll go in with the brow glue by NYX, and this just holds them in place, but it also like it allows me to like position them like what I was saying. So the lower one, I'll brush all the hairs up to set them, and the brow that sits higher naturally, I'll like try and brush the hairs low as they'll go without looking odd, obviously. And that's how I try and like make them look as symmetrical as possible. My cousin brows. But yeah, then I will just put on some mascara. This is the mascara I use. I worked with this brand and I really loved the mascara, so I've carried on using it. And I also just dab on a bit of this. This is probably one of my favourite makeup products as well. It's the Mask Beyond Liquid Highlighter in the shade Days. It's such a pretty highlighter. It just gives you the most gorgeous glow without being too like pearlescent, if that makes sense. But I'm going to finish my makeup off and then I'll show you when it's all done, but it's just not going to be like some grand reveal. But these bits are going to be boring, so I'm just going to get on and I will catch up with you when I'm done. That is the makeup all done. I've noticed my skin is proper peeling on my chin now and all around here. So I'm going to quickly get on and film the content that I need to get done today before it goes too bad. But I'm going to round this video up here, I think. So I've just got so many work bits to do today. So it's just going to be another filming, laptop, worky kind of day. But thank you so much for spending another vlog with me. Yeah, I'm going to start another one tomorrow before I head down south. So got one more vlog until I have sort of like a break, I think. I'm also going to film a house tour because I've had a few comments now for a house tour and it's never been something that I've really thought about doing because, to be honest, the house is just still not finished. Like, there's still so many jobs that we want to get done to the house that I don't even know if we're ever going to get around to doing them, to be totally honest with you. And I have it in my head that you've all like sort of seen the house from my videos, but it's definitely something that I can do and I think I'm going to do it in my next few videos, so that is also coming up. But yeah, thank you as always for being here and hopefully I will see you in the next video.